Hello there, welcome back to Castilian Mexico. Last time, well, we didn't really do much. We did a lot of colony stealing. We got Portugal out of the war due to Aragon and England joining up their navies and coming to, well, beat me. Also, we lost a war against Chickasaw. They were far stronger than I anticipated, and I paid the price for that. So, that sucks. We also had some revolt issues, we have manpower issues, and all in all, I say we, but I mean I have really run this country, well, aground. So what we will be doing this episode, more of the same I guess. We'll still keep on bothering Castile. I should probably save up money and get that damn embassy built. I've completely forgot about that, so good of me to actually remember that. Get myself that extra diplomat so I can actually start doing, well, there's really not that much need for him right now, but I'm pretty sure it would be nice to have him. And of course, when my army is far away, the rebels decide that, well, of course now is the perfect time to pop up. So, what we will be doing here is dealing with these guys, and then I'll send this army up there, hopefully, depending on whether or not it survives. And they did, just barely. So, let's see, they have, well, perfectly 11,000, so I'll go ahead also and hire some extra men to, well, help out. Hopefully. We'll see how it turns out. We've also gotten an increase in military tech here. Matchlock musket, level 11. Combat width increased by 2, carry fire by 0.5, infantry shock by 0.2. I can now build small cast iron cannon, large cast iron cannon, and we can build the barracks and weapon manufactory. When I said building, I mean that we can now use the new type of cannons, which we probably won't since they aren't any better than what we already have. Of course, we get some extra rebels because who do not like them? Extra rebels, that is. I do not, but, well, it sucks. As you can see here, we'll have to start that one again. And that, of course, pisses me off beyond belief. Which you might as well, or as a guess, you could potentially understand. But yeah, there's a lot of things to consider, but for now, we'll deal with those rebels. I'll place an army in the area just for, well, the pure purpose of keeping them in check, but we'll see how it turns out. There we go, we have taken that last exploration idea, which is Global Empire, Naval Force Limits modifier plus 25%, which, well, allows us to build a fairly huge navy that we can potentially use then to fight off everyone. We'll probably do that, but for now, not really that interesting. We do have 4 colonies running, and I'll try and keep 4 colonies running all the time. We'll wait for these Castilian colonies here to grow a little bit bigger before we snatch them. There's just a few islands left to colonize in the area before we are, well, more or less done. Then we'll take the north coast here, or east coast, I guess is the right way of saying it. I'm kind of tempted to just allow these Lord Heretics to win their siege. It doesn't bother me that much. I'll lose a little bit of prestige. But the thing that I really prefer is if old King Juan here would just die and allow Isabel to take over. It would boost the legitimacy a little bit, which of course would be great. And also with the completion of the exploration tree, we get a permanent castle spell against all pagans. So with that, we can now, well, start considering a ton of problems. Will I sacrifice 50 prestige here? I'm really annoyed with these guys, so yes, let's just do that. It's probably a very bad move, but I need manpower. I have the army up here. I would have to do a lot of micromanaging. I know it's a fairly stupid decision on me, fairly stupid of me to take that decision, but I'm not really worried. We'll get that prestige back fairly quickly with the help of colonization. Once the colony is done, you get about between 5 and 10 prestige. So all in all, it's not that much of a problem. Let's just be honest about that. Naval research wrong. We'll ignore them for now, and we'll very soon get admin tech enough to go for that one. But once again, I'm pretty sure we'll just go for the Divine Supremacy, and we'll stop the religious ideas just there. Divine Supremacy will allow me to convert St. Kitts back to normal, I guess one could say. I believe I can then. Or I probably can't due to the fact that, no, I can, most likely. Provincial, I'll probably just not be able to, so I might have to boost the ability to actually be able to do it, but it should be fine. We'll see how it turns out. For now, I'll just continue focusing on colonization and making that work. Divine Supremacy, Missionary Strength plus 3% has been done. Next time we'll take Modern Theocracy, get another ID group, probably take a military one. And we'll also, I'll also finish colonization of the Caribbean, and then we'll start moving on to the East Coast. We'll see how it turns out. Sorry. As you can see, colonization is going great. There's just one free little isle here in the Caribbean, so that's fairly good. Or if you want to count this one, there's two. But we're basically getting close to being finished. We also only have 3 colonies currently running. 1, 2, 3. This one is done. We're aiming for this one to reach about 950 people, and then we'll step in. That is basically what we'll be doing if the Castilians continue colonizing along the coast. There's one thing I'm currently worried about, and that is where is that last Castilian colonist, because they do have 3 of them, and I have no idea where that last one is. Portugal is apparently down here, creating another Portuguese South American nation, so we'll probably colonize down here, and probably try and get ourselves a border with the Incas or something. I have no idea. Might actually just allow them to be a protectorate, and hope that they perhaps go ahead and westernize. I have no idea. We'll figure that out, well, along the line, I guess. Portugal is at least colonizing along the coast here, and that is good, because that means that Castile will have enemies. Currently they're war with, as you can see, Aragon as well, so that is, of course, positive. Hopefully they'll lose, and Aragon will take a couple of provinces. I can ally both them and France as soon as we are done with this war. That is, of course, also great. But for the time being, wow, I just forgot about... Yeah, I was lucky enough that it didn't actually happen. I was afraid that I forgot about these guys again, and then everything got screwed over. But luckily I wasn't. Second thing, I can very soon now build that goddamn embassy that I've been forgetting for quite some time. But yeah, hopefully we can use the Castilians for some time more, simply by snatching up their colonies as they are building them. So, that's our plan. We'll see how well it actually works out. Diplomatic Tech 10 has been reached, the Flute, which is a new transport ship. Trade efficiency also increased by 10%, which is great. On note of other things that will be happening, the most Cherokees Accord will probably go after Shawnee. As you can see, they have a next Chirac here, which should make it fairly easy to take it. We'll also go ahead and fabricate a claim at Mona Khan, and with that, we'll basically, well, try to take the lands here as well as we can. It should definitely be beneficial. England still hasn't actually started colonizing anywhere, which of course is great news for us. We beat just a 2,000 man Castilian army that arrived here. We also took out their 22 ship fleet, so all in all we are doing fairly well here. And we'll probably soon get a ticking war score as well. On the things, or on the note of things that aren't going well, it's the fact that the Castilians have allied the French. That is something that I do not like. A French-Castilian alliance is definitely something that I want to get rid of. And I want to get rid of it, well, rather soon. As you can see, the French no longer wants to ally me. Well, I will probably ally them, as you can see, as soon as I'm out of the war. Minus 1100. So, that sucks. But yeah, we'll probably go ahead here and continue this war for quite some time. I'm pretty sure that well, they actually rose up there, which is where I am, so that's fine. But as I was saying, I'm pretty sure that the Castilian war here will go on for some time. I'm not convinced that they're actually stopping colonizing. They haven't created any new colonies in a while here, but they do still have this one, so hopefully they'll continue making it easier for us. If they don't, that is kind of annoying, but not completely unexpected. But we'll see how it turns out. We'll snatch this one, and hopefully then they'll put down some others. But as I said, it's not something that I expect. We'll see how it turns out. As you can see, I've decided to go after Caddo here. Just get it, take it, just get it out of the way. They don't actually have any allies, and the core is, or the Cherokee core is done, so it's nothing that's actually stopping me. I'm kind of annoyed at a little fact though. As you can see here, this thing is not distant overseas, but guess what? This one is. That's right. These two provinces makes it distant overseas, so that's kind of hilarious if you ask me. That's basically because of my fact that my capital is in North America and it ain't connected by land. But even so, the fact that this thing makes distance overseas makes little to no sense to me. But nothing I can do with that. What we will do then is colonize these two next, unless Castile actually decides to colonize something on their own. They haven't done so in quite a while, so it will be interesting to see how things turn out here. We also have a slight issue, I'll show you. The issue of the 7,000 Castilian peasants who are currently taking St. Martin, which is the Castilian province we sieged. Because of them, this war might actually end in a white peace. And it has actually been going on for that long. It's been going on for 24 years. I was kind of expecting it. Well, I was kind of expecting it to last. My apologies, last twice as long, but nothing to do with that for now. We'll take modern theocracy, allows another group of ideas, and with that we'll take probably a military one, as you know. I'm pretty sure we'll take the defensive ideas here, get the morale of armies, the army tradition, maintenance modifiers. All this is probably pretty sweet. We'll then probably go for the offensive ideas afterwards, and probably quality as last one. That means that we'll take 3 groups of military ideas, which probably will have to happen here. We will go for next level military first, however, simply because of the fact that it gives us tertio and free shooter infantry, along with a supply limit and military tactic increase. So that is the aim. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully Castile will do some more colonizing. I kind of doubt it, but we can always hope. We'll see how. We'll see if they do that. Well, this is kind of surprising. Castilians actually did start some new colonies, however, they weren't exactly where I would expect them to be. The northernmost tip of well, Eastern America, and also in the middle. So that is kind of interesting. And also now, I'll have to, well, keep an eye on North America as well. If they do start colonizing here, it's not that much. It's not really that bad of an idea by them. I'll at least grant them that. But it should, at the very least, allow us to hopefully snatch 1 or 2 more battles as it goes. So we'll basically, well, they start the colonization of North America first, and hopefully they'll continue that. We'll see how it goes. So as you can see, the war ended in a white peace, unfortunately, and of course that sucks, especially now that the Castilians are actually starting to well, create land here, which of course also sucks. So I might actually have to break that truce, simply to start snatching the colonies again and start causing trouble. The negativity with this is of course the admin power consumption that will happen by doing so. I'll offer an alliance to at least these 2 for the time being, which should be fine. I'll probably not ask them to join a war if I end up breaking the truce. I'll probably just try and keep them as my allies. We'll go for full annexation of Caddo at least in the meantime. And France and Aragon are both allies. Caddo has been annexed. And it'll take some time to call this thing, 89 months. Unfortunately, that is quite a while. Take 10 months to convert it though, so I guess we'll just convert it first and core it afterwards. And as I said here, we will be going for getting the Spanish square rather than anything else first. But there's a little bit of an interesting thing we can do first. We can choose to either embrace the Counter-Reformation, we'll not be doing that. We can form the UPCA or Mexico. Considering that we are Castilian Mexico, I would rather say that it's, well, best to form Mexico itself. So, we must leave the loss of a colonial heritage behind and reform into a proper independent state. The nation of Mexico will become the protector of all of Mesoamerica. So, we'll form Mexico. I have no idea if this will give me new ideas. It probably will. So, let's take a look at what it... Wow, we became pink. That's interesting. We apparently became the pinkest color you ever seen. But I can live with that, to be honest. That should be just fine. Let's see what new... we still have the colonial ideas, though. So that's kind of annoying. I would thought we would get new ones, but apparently not. Allow the... Aragon broke their alliance with us. Why? This is between borders. So, by changing to Mexico, I lost my alliance. To just make matters even more hilarious, I can live with that too. So, we still have colonial ideas. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything new here. Colonial traditions still kind of sucks. I was expecting something else. Kind of disappointed here. But nothing we really can do about that. My king still won't die, so Juan Tellez became the Greater of Mexico. But nothing we can, as I said, do with that. I'm still on the fence whether or not I should attack Castile. There's a clear problem here. Not really the war exhaustion, not really the France issue. Yeah, really the France issue is rather the problem here. Do they have exploration ideas? And second of all, can they reach me? That is the 2 big problems here. And thirdly, will they break their alliance to to actually break their alliance with me or Castile? That is the third big question here. So let's take a quick look before we end this session. Military armies. Who has the bigger ones? Probably France. I have more than France. Well, they have manpower, so I guess that levels it out. Quick look here on. Well, that was not what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. Navies. Total. Ottomans, England's 53 ships. We 51. I got France actually had 34 ships. So what I can do, of course, then, is do a little bit of an upgrade of my navy. Instead of having, well, where is it? That navy of mine. Instead of having 40 ships spread out like this, I guess we'll build 10 more carracks. It'll be expensive, I know, but in the long run, I think we will benefit from it, and hopefully, we will. So, last thing we'll do today is build some carracks and use them in, well, break the truce with we have with Spain next, Castile, sorry, next time, because we can't really allow them to get too many colonies, because it will be a pain to deal with once we actually want to vassalize them ourselves. So, this is the end of this session. We'll continue with our pinkish colors next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.